global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello guys, welcome to our channel. Please keep a date with us by subscribing to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on global happenings in Interror, in Biafra, and trending news generally. Okay, we're looking at Kemi Olunloyo. He has actually cried out over, a lot of things. She said, as we speak, the government of the day have followed up on her social media account and they have blocked her. And as soon as it was confirmed that Abbakyari is dead and they have announced it, I don't know how they did it, but her Twitter account, which she used to mention all this, she had to use a dual that she had another account which she actually opened before now that was actually linked to announce that her Twitter account, her social media account has been blocked. She couldn't keep calm. She said, look, if they like, let them shut her up, that they can't shut the truth because she's determined to inform Nigerians as much as she can about the truth that those in the presidential villa have made sure that doesn't disseminate and let Nigerians not know what is going on. But she has sworn that she's going to disseminate information as much as she can, regardless of what Twitter and other social media handles would do. And because the Nigerian independent journalist Kemi alleges that her social media accounts were blocked both by Twitter and Instagram as soon as Abbakyari's death was confirmed. This is what she wrote on her page. She said, I said it and it happened. They can't shut me up. Instagram can block me and all they want, and Twitter can. She said, next time I put in a tip, don't ever doubt the legitimacy. I posted this over 42 hours and they blocked me after confirmation. She said, Instagram and Twitter have blocked my former account thanks to the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Follow up as I update you on new crisis in Interror. They can't hide it anymore. When she started the first time, a lot of persons believe that when she mentioned at the initial stage that someone was dead, a big man is gone in Interror, a lot of persons were praying that that's Abbakyari, who she refused to mention. I guess, for one, I thought it was a case of maybe she has gotten some small cash here and there, and maybe Ghana must go through the cash. But then I remember that she's not even in Nigeria. As at the time she posted her last information concerning Abbakyari. So then a lot of things came to my mind. Some persons believe that it may not be the reason why she didn't mention Abbakyari's name, openly was probably because she's scared for her life. It's possible that they may want to come for her. How did she get such classified information and spread it on a social media handle? Something they're trying to see how they can cope and all that. Some persons believe that why it took them so much time to, announce the death of Abbakyari was probably because they're looking for a double. I don't know how true that is, but Kemi Olunloyo has come up again and said, look, they have, I don't know how they wrote to their social media handlers and they have blocked her social media account, but she's determined not to let go. And Nigerians have taken turn in their social media to react over the fact that back to back, Kemi Olunloyo has been correct. It's just that for some reason she was not bold enough to tell Nigerians what it was or who it was that died, the big man that died, and but the smart ones just assume that it was Abbakyari, because if it's a big man that everyone knows and had coronavirus, then it has to be Abbakyari, because that's the first person everyone got to know that had the disease. The second man that came to our mind was actually Erufai, but Erufai is still battling with the coronavirus. He's not yet cured. He's still at receiving treatment. He has said it that he's still very much sick, but even if he becomes negative, he will tell Nigerians via his social media handle. But for the now, he's still very sick. But Nigerians have decided to rain praises on Kemi Olunloyo for even being resilient despite the fact that the government of the day are doing everything to block her from announcing, since they can't stop her intel, they can't stop her source of information. How they don't know how the information gets to her anyway, but since they can't stop her intel, they can't stop her source, but at least they can stop her from disseminating whatever information she has gotten via her social media handle. That's why for one or two means they were able to block her social media handle, but she had decided to open an alternate account and continue spilling out the beans regardless of whose hair is being God. But Nigerians had taken to the social media to respond and to praise her. This one here is saying, Kemi, the Lord is your strength. This one here is saying, fools in Nigeria hate the truth. Instead of blaming the cabal who fights the truth always and hide the death of Kyari for 2 weeks, no, they are fighting Kemi, who stand with the truth. No wonder Nigeria is in a mess. This one I say, Madam, keep it up. I admire you and your courage and strength. God bless you, and all our leaders with bad hearts will die in Jesus' name. Nigerians are praying very deadly prayers, I tell you. So I say, if you are saying the truth, God will bless you with all the blessings of heaven. This one here is saying, Nigerian leaders don't want their citizens to know the truth. Theirs is a government of the city. No, it's amazing, really. Why, if Abbakyari has died like 2 weeks now, why hide the truth? What does it take? He's dead. He's dead. It's not as if he dies, there's going to be, okay, let's keep it for 2 weeks. Maybe he's going to leave again. Except there's a sinister motive other than this that we already know. But if it's the same reason of, okay, he died, why keep 2 weeks? The little we know about Muslim rights is the fact that when they die, there's even no ceremony on burials for the Muslims. Within 24 hours, max 48 hours, I guess, yeah, 48 hours, but I know it's within 24 hours, they just find a way of burying the dead. They don't even use caskets, really. They don't use casket. They just wrap in white cloth and, you know, they don't waste money on casket. They don't do all this big bash they do. They just bury quietly. The dead buries the dead and they're off. Why wait 2 weeks, do all the necessary? This is so Muslim like, really, permit me to use that word, Muslim like, to waste 2 weeks, you know, on Abbakyari, probably because I don't know why, whatever the reasons are, but these are their rights, really, as Muslims. But this one is saying, I don't know why they were actually hiding the death, but let's continue. So I say, fear not, the Lord is your strength. Another one here is saying, too much secrecy. They don't know how to bribe you to stop exposure. Even if they bribe herself, an investigative, she's one who is making a living, and that's how she lives her life. She's into investigative journalism. Even if you bribe her, she will have a way of still giving you clues, giving Nigerians clues to the fact that, look, I have privileged and classified information. If you have brain, this is the clues. Decify yourself. But then you don't, if you bribe her, you worsen the case, because she's going to come online and shout, they have given me money and all that. But let's continue. It says, please say it on Buhari and let it happen. You are evil, daring God and predicting people's death. And even went far as boasting that you said it. That's not, see our problem in Nigeria. Somebody did an investigation, found out the truth, and said that this is what is happening, and you say that is evil. How is it evil? That is called investigative journalism. That's the truth. She didn't predict anything. She just knew that based on classified information she had, this person is dead, and she just announced it. They are calling her evil because it's your brother in the north. Let's be objective in this. Let's leave. That's what we are. That's why we're in this mess in Nigeria. Emotional sentiment and tribal bigotries. What took us to this mess that we're in this country? Call a spade a spade. Be objective in your reasoning, regardless of who's else being God. Then Nigeria will go places. Simply because Abbakyari is your brother in the north, you just feel that she's evil for predicting what? What did she predict? She only told Nigerians the truth based on investigations and findings she had. Let's continue. I'm only interpreting what the young man calling the Kemi Olunloyo evil for predicting the death of Abbakyari. How would she predict the death of Abbakyari? Is it not common sense that investigation showed that he was already sick? Let's continue, please. So I said, Kemi Olunloyo, you are smart. So here said, they will block you because your report was based on real fact. Wow. How did you know it was based on real fact? I guess eventually things came out. Okay, so I said, Kemi, in my view, there's a difference between bravery and stupidity. I have been following your post, and at this time, I need to exhort you to remember that you are operating in a third world setting. Remember the lives of Ray Ekpo and Dele Giwa. Whoa! Now that's a strong statement. Dele Giwa them. He's trying to tell Kemi Olunloyo to be very careful with her life. Okay, why you do whatever you do, paparazzi is not yet celebrated yet in Nigerian setting. It may be acceptable in Senate claims, may be acceptable in advanced countries. That this is still third world country. in Nigeria, investigative journalism may not be seen as investigative journalism, may be seen as tatafo, and maybe a quote and unquote, it may be seen as treasonable felony. If everything we do now in Nigeria and they don't like it is called treasonable felony, that means if Kemi Olunloyo is caught, red-handed, she may be treated as an enemy of the state for revealing classified information that she shouldn't have preview to, and in revealing it, that may be termed, quote and unquote, as treasonable felony. So she gotta be careful. So this young man is telling her, be careful, you are still in third world country. You may have had all your certification in advanced countries like UK, US, and the rest, but this is Nigeria. Tread carefully. But that's a good advice if you ask. But that's where we're going to round it up. What do you think about Kemi Olunloyo still sticking her neck, saying that even though they have blocked her original account in social media, her social media account, she has opened an alternate account and she's hell-bent on revealing things that go on in Aso-Rock, regardless of whose hair is being gone? Let's go to our comment section. Do you think that this is pure bravery on the part of Kemi Olunloyo? Kemi's the investigative journalist. Is it pure bravery, or is it a case of pure stupidity and putting her life on the line over the issues concerning Nigeria? As the activist once said, Nigeria is not worth dying for. I'm talking about Deji Adeyanju. Deji Adeyanju said one time, just recently in the past, said Nigeria is not worth dying for. Would one say that the path Kemi Olunloyo is treading now, is it not a part of suicide mission, or do you think she's just being brave and she needs to get Nigerians informed? Let's go to our comment section. Let's interact. What do you think about Kemi's attitude and actions, and what it may likely lead her to in future? Let's interact. Don't also forget to like and share our video. Stay tuned for more.